Hi everyone, you're welcome to another interesting pattern drafting tutorial. On today's tutorial, I'll be sharing with you how to cut this simple two-piece bustier top with halter neckline. If this sounds like what you've been interested in knowing how I did it, then you have to stick around till the end. There is a whole lot to learn in this tutorial, not the bustier alone, but also the unique way to cut this strap so that it will lay flat and beautiful. If this sounds like what you've been interested in knowing how I did it, then you don't need to cut any part of this video. Just stick to it till the end and you would definitely learn something new. Let's get right into the video. So I started this tutorial by drawing a line at the beginning of this. Okay, these are the items I'll be using. I have my pattern master, my curved rule, my armhole curve rule, my tape, my tippers, my marker, and of course my plain white paper. So I'll go ahead and draw a starting line here. That is this horizontal line I just drew. Then I'll go ahead and mark the basic neckline of 3 by 3. If your client is a bit on the big side, you can use 3.5 by 3.5. So after that, I marked the shoulder measurement divided by 2, and then I had to draw a vertical line to connect the 2 points. So after that, I dropped here by 1 inch and I connected to the neckline. So that is what you will do as well. So after all of this, I'll go ahead and mark some landmarks, and that is bust point, shoulder to bust point. Okay, then shoulder to on the bust. Then I marked shoulder to half length, okay, or front half length. Then I'll go ahead and mark the top length. And the top length I used here is 22. So after marking that, I'll go ahead and mark it on another position. The same measurements I just marked. Shoulder to bust point, shoulder to on the bust, shoulder to waistline or the front half length, and then shoulder to the top length. So after that, I'll go ahead and draw my horizontal lines across those points. That is what I am doing right now. So this is the length of the top. The next is to label. So this is bust, this is on the bust, this is the waist, and this is the top length. Now the next is to mark your bust measurement divided by 4. I marked it at 2 points, or maybe 3 if you please, but 2 is still fine. Now draw a vertical line like this. So after drawing that, I'll go ahead and draw my armhole. Now drop by 5 inches, come in by 3/4, and measure your armhole measurement divided by 2. Armhole is round where the hand joins to the upper body. Whatever you get, add 2 inches to it, and that is what I divided into 2 to get my armhole measurements. Okay, so right here is the bust to bust, and I marked 3 inches because the bust to bust is 6, and on fold it is 3. Yes, because that is half of the pattern that I am making. So after marking it, I dropped here by 1 inch, and I ensured that it's also at that bust point to bust point. Okay, I had to draw my dart. You saw when I took the dart measurement of 1 inch, that is ½ inch on both sides of that middle. Now here I took 3/4 and then quarter. So this way is quarter and I connected to the waistline, and this way is 3/4 and I connected to the waistline as well. You can see that the waist has increased, the dart has increased by 1/4 inch, and I'm going to take care of it now. Now what you're measuring here is that waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1/1/4 dart intake. So you connect to the side just as you can see me do right here. Now the next is to connect from the under bust to the bust point, just as you can see here, and also connect this way from the under bust to the bust point as well. So after doing that, where I am shedding is where we'll be going off. Now see what I'm going to do at the hem of the dress of the top. So I took 1/8 inch on both sides of that middle line, which gives me quarter. So I had to go ahead and connect it to the dart leg. Where I shaded will be going off at the end of this tutorial. So the next thing to do now is to take care of the hem, the shaping of the hem of the top. Okay, I marked 8 inches down. It can be 8 1/4 for some people. So I marked hip measurement divided by 4, and I'm using this as a landmark. I didn't get it to the hip line, so I connected for the hem to the waist. So that hip measurement is just a guideline to get the shaping of the top. So here I dropped by 4 1/4. Feel free to drop how you want, and I marked it at another point to get a straight line. So I had to draw this. Now this is the upper part, more like the neckline of this top. So just take a measurement on this part and take 5/8 inch on both sides of any point you choose. Okay, now go ahead and connect to the bust point. So it means that the over bust tightening here is 1 1/4 inches. That is the meaning of what I did on this overbust. So now I'm going to come in a bit here because of how I want the strap to go. So I had to come in a bit there by about 3/8 inch. So you can see how I redrew the armhole. You can feel free to leave it if you want your armhole to be far away like that, but I want the neckline strap to come closer. That is why I had to redraw that armhole. Okay, so now after redrawing, I have to mark. You can see what I'm doing. I had to take a line from here to the shoulder line. So when I measured here, it gave me 1 inch. So I marked 1 inch again, and I had to connect to the shoulder neck. So now this is what forms the strap. You will see how I'm going to use this strap while cutting the pattern, and do well to follow every step I took in this pattern drafting tutorial if you want to get a perfect top. So the next I would have done is side bust that, but I omitted it at this stage, but I finally took care of that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is the back pattern making. Okay, so here is 3 and I dropped by 1 inch. So I dropped by 1 inch. So the truth is we don't even need this neckline for the back, but for reference purposes and for landmarks and all of that, we have to like draw it. So now this is the shoulder measurement divided by 2, and I drew my vertical line. I dropped by 1 inch and I'm connecting to the neckline, just as you can see right here. So the next thing to do is to take the back half length. Okay, back half length at 2 points, and then draw my horizontal line like this. Now this is the waistline. Okay, back half length is the waistline. So here I have measured from waist to the hem of the top, and that is the same measurement I will use for the back as well. Back half length is different from front half length, okay? But from the waist to the hem of the top is the same for front and the back. I hope this makes sense. So this is the bust measurement divided by 4, and I marked my vertical line. And after that, I had to take my tightening of 1/2 inch, and from there I measured waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch that intake, and I marked. Then I connected to the side just like so. Now this is the back tightening. I had to take it out smoothly, make it in a way that it enters smoothly on that center back. Okay, so I had to take it down as well. So here is the hip level of 8 inches, and you have to mark your hip measurement divided by 4 on that level. So now this is a guide to take the hem off the top, just like I did for the front. Okay, so after doing this, we will go ahead and take care of the armhole. Now drop by 5 inches and come in by half. Measure the armhole divided by 2 and mark. Use the armhole curve and draw. Ensure you take the steps I am taking here, and you are going to get a very perfect two-piece bustier top with halter neckline. Okay, so I'm going to take the level here. If you like, you can make your own to be in form of V, but I want mine to be straight. So to ensure it is straight, I measured what it is at the level of the end of that armhole. I measured the same at the center back, and then I'm drawing my straight line. This is to ensure that I have a perfect straight line. Okay, so after that, from here, I'm going to take the middle of this waist from the tightening to the other side. Okay, So I ensure that this is at the middle by measuring from the center back. Also at the middle here, so that I will just have a straight dart. So here I took 1/4 inch, that is 1/8 inch on both sides of that middle. And here I took 1/2 inch on both sides of the middle. So I connected just like this to form my dart. Now the essence of the upper quarter is to ensure this down area is also quarter. I took away quarter on the down side and quarter on the upper side. Upper side 1/4 inch is a sort of tightening to ensure that the back neckline does not gape or sag, look saggy. Okay, so here I like to shape my top hemline like this. So I will do the same thing for the front. I had to go up by about 1/4 to 1.5 inches, and then I'll connect to the hem of the top. So where I'm shading will be going off. So this is what I have at this stage, and you can tell that the top is already taking shape. So here I am labeling back and then front. So this is the underbust. It is very important to label all of those points on your pattern and also ensure that you notch all those points on your fabric when you cut on fabric. Okay, this will help while you join your pattern pieces together because you ensure that all of these points match. So after this, I'm going to cut out the neckline just as you can see. And yeah, so this is it for here. So at this stage I had to halt so that I'll take the side bust dart 1.5 inches, which is the difference between the front and the back half length. So I connected to the bust point, and where I am shading will be going off when we get to that stage. So after that I will continue with the cutting of my pattern, just as you can see. So this is what I have at the front, and I'm going to keep it aside while I cut the back pattern. Now, after cutting the back, I will go ahead and take care of the front. Okay, so this is what I have for the front, and I am going to cut out the strap. I just labeled shoulder so that I won't get confused where the shoulder of the strap is. Okay, this is what is going to form the lacing, or more like the rope that will be on the neck and form the halter neckline. Okay, so go ahead and dissect the front pattern just as you can see me do here. I'm taking away all of those parts that I shaded. This is the under bust, tightening and the waist that and all of that. Even the over bust, I have taken it out. So the next thing to do is to cut open the side bust that and then go ahead and close it up, just as you can see. So I will use my masking tape and tape it down. So this is what I have for the front pattern. I'll go ahead and cut this on fold, more like the way what you do when you're cutting on fabric. So if you want to cut on fabric, this is how you're going to place your fabric on fold. Now what I'm illustrating is how you're going to cut on fabric. You're going to pin it down like this, okay, and cut out. But when you're cutting, ensure to put your seam allowance. I did not put any allowance on these patterns. These are seamless patterns. The reason why I'm cutting it on fold is so that you will see exactly the outcome of this. Okay, you see exactly what the outcome looks like. Okay, so right here I am placing this one on fold too, so that I can cut two of this. So that is what I want to do. I want to cut out two of this side front. Then I'll use my masking tape and tape everything down so that you can appreciate the beauty of the bustier even when it has not come out fully. On paper, you can know exactly what the outcome of your clothes will be like. Some people can use muslin. Muslin is just like a low grade fabric that you use for sort of test fitting. Okay, so here I have cut this. I've made the pattern of this, and I'll keep these pattern papers, the main patterns, aside while I use these duplicate patterns for the rest of what I want to do now. Okay, I'm going to tape all of this down so that you see exactly what it looks like. So I'm going to take my time and tape all of these down, more like when you are stitching. When you're stitching, since I'm not sewing this, I want you to see exactly what the final outcome is. That way you'll be sure of your pattern and you will appreciate the beauty of the whole process while it is on paper. Okay, so this is me trying to tape up everything. As you can see, I'm trying to tape up this bustier part, as difficult as it is, but yes, it's very possible. So I had to use my masking tape and tape all of this down. You can as well do this on your paper before you even stitch a cloth on, on the final fabric before cutting it on the final. You can see how the bustier is forming. I have done the second part and you can agree with me that this bustier is perfect. This bustier is perfect. The overbust tightening, everything is just perfect. So now this is the back. I will go ahead and cut out the dart. If you don't want a line to run on your dart, of course line must run. Even if you stitch your dart without cutting the pattern open like this, the dart line is definitely going to be there. Okay, except you want to make a dartless pattern, which I feel in this case is not necessary. Okay, so just cut it open and cut your pattern separately. Ensure to put your seam allowances. Do not fail to put your seam allowances. So I had to tape it down, and this is how the back is going to join to the front. Of course, it will be two, so that one will join this way and the second one will join the other way. So this is what I have at the end of the day, and I want to take care of the strap right now. So pay close attention to see one of the highlights of this very tutorial. So now this is it. This part, you're going to ensure that that curve at the beginning, at the base, more like where this strap is going to join to the bustier, you must maintain that curve there. You will not omit that curve. So I have to fold it into two. I had to fold it into two so that I'll get two straps at once. You can see how slanty that place is. Ensure you keep that slant. Don't change it, okay? And don't just cut a straight strap and join there. No, make sure that you use this pattern and then make it longer, as long as you want it. Okay, follow this and then make it long, but do not omit that, you know, slanty beginning. Okay, now this is the slant that is going to join on your bustier. Now see how it's going to join. I'm going to use my masking tape as well and tape down this strap. So you can make this strap to be as long as you want it, but you must maintain this joining part that is slanty. This will make the lacing to lie really flat and perfect, the way it is supposed to be. Okay, so just try it and come back and thank me. Now, after joining it, this is what I have. You can now lace up this at the back of the neck and it will lay perfect. It will not disturb you. It will not be misshaped. Everything will lie perfect and correct the way it is supposed to be. So this is how you're going to lace it behind the neck. You can see how lovely this bustier top is looking, even on paper. You don't need anyone to tell you that this is perfect. Now you can join your back pattern, put your zipper, and put every other thing that you need to complete this pattern. If you enjoyed this tutorial, give me a thumbs up, like, yes, like, comment, share, and of course subscribe and turn on your notification bell to be the first to know each time I upload my videos, because there is always something new to learn in each video. Trust me, it will benefit both beginner and advanced designer. I am telling you sincerely, you won't regret being part of this family. Thanks for stopping by to watch my videos, and thanks for being part of this family already. Thanks, and thanks. I love you all, and of course, I will see you in my next video. Bye.